Hello everyone, Reese here, and I'm going to be answering some questions in regards to my first novel, Blaidd. And I hope you enjoy it as I go through all the questions that, uh, basically that you need to know going into reading Blaidd, or if you ever want to purchase the book Blaidd. Blaidd is about a police officer called Michael Hobbs who is put on a task, a mission, whatever you want to call it. But I'll just call it task for a moment. He has been put on an assignment to basically um, crack down what's been happening in his home of Glenbrook, which is a fictional Welsh village just further up in the valleys. And upon going back to the village, obviously the village itself is haunted by something that should only exist in horror stories, whether it be books, television, film, or even folklore. And so he and along with two others, they basically go and try to defeat this evil entity that's been haunting the the village. Now, if you're a Welsh speaker and you understand the title, that is what they have to defeat. If you're not a Welsh speaker, or you don't know understand Welsh, just look up that, translate the word Blythe into what it is in English, and that's what they have to defeat. Blythe came about, I think, by accident, really, because originally I was writing another story that involved a vampire hunter going after vampires, and I was in the process of editing it, and I think I got a bit sidetracked, and I put it to one side, and I was more fascinated and intrigued about the dark entities and um, mythological elements behind some stories, and Blythe sort of was created through that. Yeah, Blythe sort of came about by accident, and it only took me a couple of months to finish writing it. So I'm really pleased and proud of the process, and I'm glad that the book is out. I'm just really happy that's how it came about, and I'm very proud of it. I've always wanted to write a novel. I just did not know when the time was going to be right. Now, looking back on what I've done, I've written many plays. I am a playwright at heart. I love the theatre. I am a theatre buff. I love everything about it, whether it be a musical or a play. I've written plays that have been showcased in Cardiff, in the Vale of Glamorgan, in my home county, and also in London. So I've done that, and I've also written a poetry book as well. And the one thing that has always been on my mind, whether I've put it at the back of my head or it's come forward or whatever, um, writing a novel has always been a goal. Ever since I was a teenager, when I was in comprehensive school, I used to tell teachers that I was going to write a book one day, and it just never came about. And I think the teachers got fed up with me saying I was going to write a book, but I was determined. I just had a few fair share of shots before. I remember writing a collection of short stories when I was 13, and then I left it to one side. And then many years later, I came across it again, read it, and I realized how bad it was, and how my grammars were, my diction, and well, not diction, my punctuation and everything was just out of place. But I thought I gave it a shot, and again years later, and I think with the help of me, going to university to do a script writing course and writing loads of scripts, whether it be screenplays or plays or anything like that, it sort of, I think, helped me grew some patience, another passion, and something that I can give a go and have a shot at. And Yeah, it was always on the table. I just did not know when that was going to happen, and I also didn't know if it was going to be a horror, or it was going to be a crime, or if it was going to be uh, anything with any genre really. I just did not know what it was going to be, but I finally decided, follow your heart and also follow your heroes like Stephen King. Stephen King is one of my favorite writers of all time, and I thought I'm gonna follow his path and write a horror. Why now? You never know when the time is going to be right. You never know when it's going to happen, but I felt like the time was right, and it was going to happen one way or the other. The moment was coming that I was eventually going to write a book, and the time is now. Look at that. It's here, it's now, and why not? I mean, if anyone can feel like they can write a book, I feel like they can. It doesn't matter how old they are, it doesn't matter if they're 18, 25, 30, 50, or who, whatever. Anyone who feels like they can write a book, they can give it a shot and see what happens. And yep, the time was now. What do I hope to achieve with Blythe? Blythe, I just hope that people enjoy it. I hope that people feel entertained by it, feel like they've had a good joy of reading the book. Um, Unlike myself, I do read a lot of books, but it takes a while for me to get heavily invested in a particular book. And the way I read, I have to read standing up. If I sit down and read, I get too comfortable and I fall asleep. But what do I hope with people approaching Blythe? I hope they just have fun reading it. It's a short story, short and sweet story that people can just enjoy. I go, oh, I really like that, and yeah, I hope this succeeds, and I hope this becomes like a favorite of someone, and you know hopefully in the future there'll be many more books to come. That's the goal, and that's what I hope to achieve with Bly. Is just the achievement is people enjoying it. That's what I like to achieve with Blythe. What I hope for in the future is more books. I'm still going to be writing a lot of theatre plays. I have got a few ideas for a second novel of mine that is not going to be anything to do with Blythe, but it's something different and something, I hope people will enjoy as well. Whatever that may be, it depends on me and how quick I can write it. I have had one or two people, I'm not saying a load of people, I've had one or two people say that they want a second Blythe book. Um, there is a reason why, but you need to read the book to understand why. People have been asking me and requesting it, but time will tell. I don't know. I was hoping this would be a standalone book, but who knows? You never know what's around the corner, and you never know what's up in that noggin of mine. But we'll see. That's what the future is: more books, more plays, and more creative joy for me to do. Right, yeah. So, in order to purchase this book, at the moment, I've only got 100 copies. We haven't got it out on Amazon yet. There's a few technical difficulties trying to get it online, get it up on Amazon. But if you really like a copy, get in touch with me via email, deans_reese@yahoo.com. If anyone follows me on Instagram at reese_deansy, you can just drop me a message through that Facebook, or even still, if you'd like a copy, guys, and it's on, obviously this is on YouTube, just leave a comment, and then um we'll arrange something if you really are interested in taking a shot at reading Blythe. And that is how you could try and get a copy or order a copy from me directly first. And also, I'll be at a Comic Con in Barry from the 16th to 17th of May, the Barry Card and Collectors Con at the Barry Memo Art Centre. You can get a copy there. But in the meantime, if until I can get it up on Amazon, I have to personally sell a copy. So if you want one and you're on YouTube, just leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. They are only $7.99, and yeah, I'm just happy to share this book with you. That's how you're going to purchase it. That's it, guys. That's me answering questions in regards to my book, Blaidd. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. And if you really want a copy, please, by all means, leave a comment or drop me a message, and we can arrange to sort out getting you a copy. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Rhys Deans, and I am been glad to answer your questions. And I hope you enjoy reading Blaidd. Take care.